our first speaker for this portion of the ceremony, it is my deep honor to introduce our Ulster County Executive, Michael Hein.
Wow, what an incredible event, and very fitting of an incredible human being. Think about what we are talking about. 53 years as the clerk in Ulster County. We're talking about serving as the first elected governor of the state of New York. We're talking about serving under 2 different presidents as vice president. But maybe more importantly, we're talking about somebody who pressed hard so that we have a Bill of Rights. We're talking about someone who pressed hard to make sure that what we have is great public education. What we're talking about is someone where each one of these accomplishments would have been a life's work for anyone. But instead, George Clinton did all of them. We are honored to have this type of ceremony taking place right here and today, and to have each and every one of you here. And on behalf of the 183,000 residents of Ulster County, I will tell you, George Clinton truly is our favorite son. Now, I have been asked by Governor Cuomo to read a proclamation. Whereas the people of the Empire State are proud of its role in the history of our nation, and today we honor an important historical figure whose ideas helped shape the foundation of our government. George Clinton, the first governor of New York State, Brigadier General in the New York Militia and Continental Army during the American Revolution, and Vice President of the United States under 2 presidents. And whereas born in Little Britain, New York, in what is now the town of New Windsor, George Clinton spent much of his lifetime in the Hudson Valley and was among New York's most prominent leaders during the formative years of our state and our nation. And his military expertise made him an invaluable leader during the Revolutionary War, where he directed the military efforts in the Hudson Highlands region to prevent the advancement of British troops. And whereas much of George Clinton's life was defined by his public service, he was first appointed Ulster County Clerk in 1759. He was elected to serve the New York Assembly from 1768 to 1775, and he represented New York as a delegate in the Second Continental Congress in 1775. In 1777, George Clinton became the first elected governor of New York, a position which he was re-elected to, and think about this, 5 consecutive times, ultimately serving the people of New York for 21 years over 7 non-consecutive terms, longer than any other chief executive in our state's history. During his long tenure, he acted as both wartime governor, responsible for coordinating the state's war efforts, and in peaceful times, oversaw the state's entry into the fledgling United States of America. And whereas a lifelong champion of liberty and a strong advocate for the establishment of individual states, Governor Clinton maintained that certain rights should be clearly defined in our nation's Constitution, and his philosophy ultimately prevailed with the adoption of the Bill of Rights. Whereas Governor Clinton was an ardent supporter of liberty, a voice for the people, and a catalyst for change, his legacy is lasting and inspiring, and one which bears upon each of our lives today. George Clinton was best defined by his steadfast commitment to achieving true democracy, and will always be remembered with a significant role in our nation's birth and his profound impact on American life. And therefore, it is fitting that New Yorkers join in this special observance taking place in the great city of Kingston, the first capital of New York State, and the final resting place of Governor Clinton, as its citizens honor this great figure in New York and American history. Now therefore, Andrew Cuomo, Governor of the State of New York, does hereby proclaim April 20th, 2012 as the day to commemorate Governor George Clinton across all of New York State. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly blessed to come from Ulster County, truly blessed to be here today. And when I think of what we're talking about an individual who was a counselor to George Washington. What we're talking about is someone instrumental in the freedoms today. So not only did he impact our county, our state, and our nation by helping build a beacon of freedom around the world, George Clinton made the world a better place. And for that, we are very thankful. Thank you very much.